Welcome to another class with me. Today we talk about inequality. First of all, let's make sure we know what the inequality says. So if you see a sign like this, this means A is less than B. You can think of this as the mouth of a fish, for example. And this fish is only interested in eating the larger animal. So B here is larger, so A is less than B. In this case, the fish is eating A. So A is greater than or larger than B. Here, because of the equal sign below, yes, A is less than or equal to B. Less than or equal to B. Alright? And over here, A is larger than or greater than or equal to B. Now, next thing that we need to know is that how to represent this in a real line. This is a real number line. Alright, for example, alright, I have x is larger than 2. Means from 2 here, I'm going to go up. I just want to, larger than, you use an open bracket, and then you draw a line like this. So, x is larger than 2. If you want it to be x is, let's use a different color. If you want it to be x is larger than or equal to 2, then you would have to do it with a black or close bracket. Close point. Right, so the difference here is x is larger than or equal to 2. So here is an open circle, here is a closed circle. So x is larger than or equal to 2. Closed circle, here is open circle. And similarly, you could have something like this. X is less than 0. So up here, 0. Open bracket, open circle. Less than 0. X is less than 0. And then we have another one, let's say x here is less than or equal to -1. So up here, for example, this. So x is less than or equal to -1. Right. So this is one way to represent inequality. Now let's look at some basic example of inequality, solving inequality. So example, right? 1. Let's say you have this 3x is larger than 6. Well, in order to solve this, it's just like equality. I need to get rid of 3 here. So here's multiplication. Going to the other side become division. Very good. So here x is larger than 2. So x is larger than 2. So the answer, the solution looks similar to the one in green here. So larger than 2 with an open circle. 2. Let's do another one. 5 is less than 15. X. 5 is less than 15x. Again, here is multiplying by 15. Getting rid of 15 means going to the other side becomes division. Alright, so simplifying this, x here is larger than 1/3. X here is larger than 1/3. Now let's look at another example. Example number 3, let's say we have this 9 greater than or equal to -x. Okay, so now we have a -x, what should we do? Now, what numbers are, when I put into x here, must be less than or equal to 9. Can I put in 1? But if we put in 1, -1 is less than or equal to 9. That's good. Can I put in 2? Yes. -2 is less than or equal to 9. Can I put in 10? Well, if I put in 10, -10 is less than or equal to 9. That's still okay. So for this particular question, actually, I need to get rid of the -1. If I get rid of -1, like this, if I do this, let's say, let me allow myself to do this first. then the answer here is x must be less than or equal to -9. But just now, I didn't have negative numbers here. If I just put in a negative, let's say -10 here, -10 is less than -9. But if I put -10 here, negative times negative become a positive. That's not going to be greater than 9. That's not going to be less than 9. In fact, that is actually greater than 9. So when you are multiplying or dividing by a negative sign, this sign has to be changed. It has to change into the other way around. For example, like this. Right? Similarly, so if I have 4, so this then be okay. X is all number greater than -9. Just now we put in 1, 2, 10, all those numbers okay because 1, right? -1 is less than 9. 2, -2 is less than 9. 10, -10 is less than 9. Right? So any number that is greater or equal to -9 is acceptable here. That's the solution. So when you are dividing, right, dividing or multiplying by a negative number, then sign change. Okay, so how about something like this? 10, like this. Well, what is the solution for x then? Okay, very good. Solution for x is dividing by -1. So the sign change into the other way. This is a bracket here. So that becomes -10. Right. X is smaller than -10. So the sign change if you divide or multiply by a negative value. Alright, so let's look at another example. So I'm going to go to here now, example number 5. I'm going to use, for example, 4x plus 7 greater than or equal to 12, for example. Okay? In order to solve this, first get rid of the 7, plus 7, go to the other side, become negative. -7, right? So 4x, this is 12 minus 7, that gives me 5. So x here is larger or equal to 5 divided by 4. Okay, so this one is relatively straightforward. And 6, let's do another one. How about 7 minus 2, x plus 3 is less than 2, for example. Alright, so let's try to solve for this. First, I have to open the bracket. -2 times 3, -6. 7 minus 6, that's 1. Now I have to get rid of the 1, go to the other side. So that becomes 2 minus 1. So that's 1, -2x. So x, I need to get rid of -2. So you can see that I've changed the sign here now from less than to larger than. And usually the negative sign we put in the numerator instead of the denominator. Okay? So thank you very much.